Hey everybody, it's Peter. It is Saturday, June 18th, 2016. Haven't done a video in a while. I apologize for that. I just have not had the time to really edit the archives that I have of my trading. But yesterday being such a great trading day, I wanted to share that with you. Show you what I saw and share my trades with you. Like I said, it was a great trading day. 16 trading opportunities that I identified using strictly price action. I am a price action trader. I only use one indicator, and that is a 21 period EMA. I do have this other indicator on here. It's a deviation indicator that you could get from Apex Investing, but I don't use it to base any trade entries off of. I use it for an entirely different purpose, one that I'm not going to discuss in this video because it's not the purpose of the video. But I did want to point out that even though this is on here, it is not being used to base my trade entries or exits off of. So that being said, I'm going to zoom in and review my trades with you. Like I said, great trading day. One of the first things I do when I come in to set up my day is I start drawing trend lines. I use the overnight price action to kind of get my bearings for the day, give myself an idea of what the market is intending to do. So when I started, this is where I started. I drew this trend line kind of right along the tops of looking at the overnight session right here. I usually copy paste to the bottom, and I try to give myself an idea of if we are in a trend, what the trending channel looks like, and you get a pretty good idea of it right here, right off of this overnight price action. You also can see clearly you've got somewhat of a range going, a sideways range going, coming out of the London session. So you want to draw an area of resistance and an area of support to kind of clearly identify that as well, because you could also find some good trading opportunities off of those areas. So that's what I did. I do use rays projecting forward just to kind of give me a guide as to where price action might go back to. As the day develops though, I do change those to lines just so it's not cluttering up my chart unnecessarily. But first area that I saw for my trades was just after the 9:40 time frame. I've got this price coming down to the lower trend line. Nice bullish bar bouncing right off of that trend line. Price unable to push further down. So I put an entry one tick above the high of the bar, of my signal bar. Entered 4 contracts long using my ATM strategy, where I take 2 contracts off at 4 ticks of profit, 1 contract off at 6 ticks of profit, and 1 contract off at 8 ticks of profit. So giving me a total of 22 ticks of profit. This one played out perfectly. Great trade. And then we see some sideways movement. Looks like we got some more range bound trading going on. Usually identified by a lot of overlapping bars. You got wicks on both sides of the candles. So I didn't really see anything that I felt comfortable trading at this point. But when we do come up here, I did, again, as part of what I do is I kind of pull out, zoom out I should say, so I can get more of a bird's eye view of what price action is doing. And I did so right around here when this green bar closed. Connected the high of the day to that day with a ray projecting forward. We get this nice bearish signal bar here. Decided to take it 1 tick below the low to take it short. We do have a second entry short off of that signal bar, and I'll show you what I mean by that. You have a low here, price pulls back, you get a first entry short, where's one tick below this bar. It's the first time price bar breaks the high, the low of the previous bar. Then you get another pullback to the trend line, and then a second entry short right there. So I took that short for, again, 4 contracts, taking 2 contracts off at 4 ticks, 1 at 8 ticks, 1 at 6 ticks, and 1 at 8 ticks, for a total profit of 22 ticks on that trade. So between the first 2 trades of my day, I've already locked in 44 ticks of profit on the E-mini S&P 500. You get a real strong push down off of that entry. Easily could have let it run even farther. It's not something that I've really been comfortable with, is letting that trade run beyond my ATM strategy. But as my comfort level grows, as I mature as a trader, I'm sure that I'll get there and I'll be able to take advantage of some of that additional profit. But my strategy is working well for me right now, and I'm going to stick to it until I get a little bit more experience and be able to take advantage of those additional moves. But so we get this push down to the lower trend line, which has already been, I used it for this trade, so it's already proven that it's holding. I have no reason to doubt that it will continue to hold at this point. But again, I'm watching the price action. I'm not trying to be subjective in my analysis. I'm just looking at what price is doing. So as it gets to this lower channel or lower trend line, you see rejection or buyers pushing price back up. I guess you can call it sellers exhaustion selling, so to speak. Sellers can't push it further down. They do try on this bar, but again, buyers come in, push it back up. And then you get a nice bullish bar. It is a bullish bar because it closes at the upper 25% of the size of the bar. It is one of the guidelines that I use for entry. If I'm going to go long, I want to see price close in that upper 25% of its size. If I'm going short, I want to see the bar close in the lower 25% of its size. That kind of gives me the indication that momentum is on my side. So that's what I look for. One of the things I look for. The other thing that made the case for this particular trade was a second entry long off of this high. So you have a high, a pullback, first entry. It pulls back. You get your second entry down here. Those two things, coupled with it bouncing off of this trend line, made a great case to take that trade. I did 4 contracts long, taking 2 off at 4 ticks, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 8 for another 22 ticks of profit. First 3 trades of the day, 66 ticks locked in. Having a good day so far. I had to step away, so I missed the opportunity to take this trade, but again, you got a nice entry over here. First entry short, second entry short, bouncing off of the trend line. Great area to take that trade. Wish I would have been able to take it, but you know what? You're not going to be able to capture every trade. There's plenty left to come. This is only around 10:45 in the morning, so and already you had several opportunities. So looks like the makings of a great trading day, and it definitely was. My next entry was actually as price came down to this lower trend line again. It seems to be working well for me. So I actually took it down here for some reason, and I believe it was because I recognized that this area here was formerly an area of support as price was moving sideways. and then I was thinking it might act as an area of resistance. So I didn't want to buy into that resistance just yet. I was looking to maybe see something, a better signal above. This here was not a real good signal bar, but it was a second entry long. It was coming off of this trend line, so I took it. Not a great entry. I did have my stop below this bar, below the swing low, which is actually a much bigger stop. It's bigger by, I believe, a full point than I normally take. But again, I was looking for movement to continue the way it was in the way the price action was previously printing. So in retrospect, though, I really shouldn't have taken the entry here. The better play, if I was looking for more confirmation, would have been to wait for this pullback, put an order one tick above there, or even wait for this bar to close, put a limit order a tick above the high of this bar, and then you would have gotten filled and been able to take it in. As it stands, where I entered, it did work in the sense that I was able to get out with my scalp, which was 2 off at 4 ticks. I did have to sit through some painful price action going against me. It went a full 2 points against me before it did decide to go into my favor. But because of this price action here, I was able to, I'm sorry, not able to, because of this price action here, my remaining 2 contracts after I scalped out of half of my position got taken out at break even. So only made 8 ticks on this trade. Not the best entry. Like I said, occasionally for some reason I look for that added confirmation, and like I said, I believe it was because this area of former support could potentially be resistance in the move back up, so I just wanted to see it play out. But this is the better entry right here, right after you get this bar closing. Nice bull signal there, limit order above here, take it long. You would have gotten I would have gotten my full 22 ticks of profit that I normally get on my 4 contract complement. So no harm, no foul. Didn't work, so not a big deal, but I was able to get at least the scalp and salvage part of the position. My next entry, if you remember me talking, I drew this trend line here to project it forward to see if it would hold. When I saw price go there, again, it's something that I look for throughout the day, realizing that price action is fluid, it's ever changing. You try to identify the patterns as they develop the best you can to kind of give you the edge, and today was a good day for me because I definitely was getting an edge from my observations. I did note price came up to this trend line, kind of reversed here with this bar, could not push higher. There did push higher just by a tick, but quickly reversed down. This is a second entry short also off of this low. So you got the low, the pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. I put my order a tick below this bar. You could have easily waited for this bar to close, and that gives you your real bull bearish confirmation, so to speak. Put an order, limit order, a tick below here. You would have gotten filled on the pullback, taken it down. Was able to get all 4 of my profit targets hit. So 2 off at 4, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 8 for another 22 tick target. 22 ticks of profit. That pretty much was the end of my trading day. Going into lunch hour here, so to speak. I had already racked up between the 5 trades that I took. A total of 82 ticks of profit on the S&P 500 E-mini. So that was it for me. But there were plenty of other trades that you could have easily taken throughout the day. Like I said, a total of 16 trading opportunities that I observed. And I'm by no means an expert. I've only been trading price action for a few months now, maybe 3, 4, 5 months. And I feel like I'm getting better every day. But I was really on my game today, so to speak. So great trading day, felt good, seeing the price action clearly, was able to take advantage of it and come out on the winning side of it. So that's what I see, that's what I saw, that's what I took. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up below. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is @TimeLord914. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hitting the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I post these videos. But I appreciate anyone who watches. Hope you all have a great weekend and a great trading week next week. That's all I got, folks. Have a great day.